Alright, how's it going, guys? So we just had a update, not update. We just had a live stream on Sunday night and got a little bit of work done around here. And I wanted to show you what I did. So I went ahead and upgraded to a tungsten crucible and a tungsten burning box. That way we can do THC now. And I have something special right here for us to do later on this week. I started making more steel, started making more iron, and cleaned up some more silicon, and I started making more stainless. That's the main things that got done over on this side. Other than I have the hiccups. Great time for them to start. Give me just a second to get rid of them. Alright, I think I cleared that up now. Also made a whole bunch more steel rails because we figured out it's about 1,000 blocks to get all the way down to where the tungsten vein is. And, oh yeah, we need to make rail beds for those rails. And to make them, down here in the basement, we have a whole bunch of wooden ties, which, by the way, you have to use slabs to make treated slabs, and then put those treated slabs back in to make the wooden ties. So basically what we need to do is this. Make that into rail beds. I mean, it's stacking 16. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be enough to get a full stack. We need 6 of these, like so. And then this in the middle. And then we'll use these to make the redstone ones, which I do believe is just going to be, let's see, there's the regular ones. Okay, so apparently we need gold rails to go with the steel to make those. So a couple gold rails, a little bit of redstone, and we can make our booster tracks. So this is ready for when we actually need them, which will be probably the next live stream. We'll start setting all that up. We also took a trip out, that one right there, to our BuildCraft oil. Set it up. It's now coming in here and running in the distillation tower. We have all 4 burning boxes running. The oil is coming in through the bottom of this one, so this thing is really getting overworked. And then that's coming up and in right here. We also, if I can get my dumb ass out of the hole, put filters on all of these because I actually ran the butane empty, making all of that plastic. So we now have filters on all the things, so everything is sticking where it actually needs to be. And that's just running through Nether portal and back over here, just using a basic BuildCraft pump. I don't figure you guys need to see it. If you do, check the stream. It'll link to it'll be up in the corner as always, our bauxite finally got done running through the crusher. So we actually have rock salt in here going. It ran all of the powlite and stuff, or at least most of it. Yeah, it ran all of it. We still have a little bit of coal in there. So it ran all the powlite and the other one. What's the other one? The yellow one. Powlite's the yellow one. Wolfenite. So that all got ran. I'll show you that in a second. Problem is, we got a lot of scheelite out of that powlite and stuff, which takes forever in the shredder. So that's backed up at the moment. This is backed up at the moment. We are running way too high on hydrogen. So our thing over here that was running our bauxite is full of hydrogen. So it's not running, so I didn't bother setting that up yet. I'm still debating on how I'm going to do that. I did set up this. We tore out all of the boilers in here for this, dropped it down, made a titanium diesel engine. All of the things are coming in here. We'll get to that in a second. And then the outputs go out through this pipe, connect up to our main bus, and run down and go where it needs to go. And if we take our butts down in the basement, over here you will see that we have powlite, wolfenite, rare earth, niter. I started but I didn't finish. We only have 12 of them, so I'm not worried about it. Niter only needs to go into a centrifuge at 28, so our main centrifuge can do this. And so we will have this one. I might as well go ahead and do it now. This one will be set to, oh, I guess I already did it, to 2. So it'll only output 2. We have these two set to 6. That way we don't have to worry about getting a odd amount. It'll keep whatever in here that is not divisible by 6, and everything that is goes up there. And we also move these down here. That way I can put in more of them, because we need to get the excuse me, still trying to get over this cough. And my mute button doesn't work right now. I don't know what's the problem with it. I've tried to fix it. We need to get... Where did I put them at? These right here. Molybdenite. If we look at the uses for them, when we crush it, put it in the sluice, we will get osmium and rhenium. I don't think... let's see. Chuck pyrite, rhenium. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to give it... But the osmium will. The osmium we can run through Aqua Regia to get platinum group sludge, to get more osmium. The only other option is to run it through a centrifuge, which will give us a chance at iridium, platinum, and ruthenium. So by doing the platinum group sludge thing, we will get a, I think, better chance at getting some iridium and extra osmium. So I want to run that through our Aqua Regia when we get the time. So we need to get that out so we can get these ran through. I ran this a bit more, but we're still full up on sulfuric dioxide, which we're going to be taking care of somewhat soon, because we can do this recipe right here with sodium no, that's sodium hydroxide. Wrong one. We want this one. Ferric chloride, sulfuric dioxide, and water will give us ferrous chloride, hydrochloric acid, and sulfuric acid. And then this ferrous chloride we can run through a smelter, get molten, and then electrolyzer at only 42 will give us iron dust and chlorine. And the way we're going to get this ferric chloride is from a bath with limonite, hematite in it. Red sand's not something we're going to be doing, or yellow limonite. So for every one of these, we get a ferric chloride. The main one, though, that we're going to be running through there is the crud. This one, 5 hematite will give us 4 and 4. And then those 4 go back in the that's not it. Mixer. We'll go back in the mixer. I don't like this recipe. I want to use this one so it will make us sulfuric acid and hydrochloric acid, but use our sulfur dioxide. And we're basically going to set up a thing so our sulfur dioxide won't get used as much. I'll show you that when we actually do it. But this is going to be how we do our hematite, and it'll help us to get rid of some of that sulfur dioxide. Mainly, it's going to use more hydrochloric acid than what it's going to give us. We're going to make hydrochloric from sulfuric, and that's going to use up the sulfuric. Okay, so what else did we do? I put a bunch of the scheelite that we had been getting processed over here, and it's running through the bath, through the dryer, and through the mixer, making us more tungsten. So we have more of that. I'm going to have to shut this off pretty soon because there's a stack in there, and 12 in there. So it'll run a little bit longer. I need to change this out to a tungsten or a tantalum hafnium carbide, which is why we upgraded. So we can now take tantalum and turn that into THC. So 4 tantalum, 1 hafnium, 5 carbon will make us 10 THC. And that's at 4263. And we can use that to make us a better burning box, which we're going to put on here. That way this can run way faster, but we'll have to make a better dryer for that. This dryer can handle up to 256. The titanium can handle up to 1024. And if we look at the burning boxes, liquid, there it is, 256 exactly. So we can run a Invar dryer at its max, and there's no overclocking for dryers, so that's perfect. We'll be setting that up in a few days as well, and then we need to automate that to turn it on and turn it off. Also, another major thing we did was we now have our coke ovens automated. So they can turn on automatically when there's no creosote in here and there's something to actually process. So I have 2 igniters. Both of these are set up exactly the same, just mirrored. We have solar panels on top of each one. And then we have the redstone switch over here. To save on space, I decided to use a blue power pulse former, and we have the possible on the coke oven. Redstone goes in, goes through there, and you'll see if I disconnect this for a moment and then connect it back up, you'll see it'll send a pulse through here, and it can't really do anything because it's already on. But that'll turn it back on for us whenever we need it to. I'll keep an eye on it, make sure everything works fine. And for anybody that doesn't know, that pulse former is exactly this right here. So comparator, repeater, repeater going into the the comparator to turn it off, and then it sends a pulse up this line. So it's basically a compact version of this right here. Usually I don't like to use them, but since I really didn't have a whole lot of room right there, other than digging a hole and burying it, I figured screw it, we'll do it like this, and it works great. All right, so I do believe that is it for what we did in the stream the other day, or today, yesterday, whenever. You guys will see this on Monday, so it'll be yesterday for you. It's today for me. And we also spent a lot of time talking to a couple new people, explaining different things about GregTech 6. So it might be something that interests you if you're kind of new to GT6. And that's going to be it for today. Probably going to try to do another live stream in the next couple days, maybe tonight or tomorrow. Start setting up that rail line down there so we can get back and forth to the tungsten vein, so we can get a lot more tungsten processed. And probably the next video on Wednesday will be automating the tungsten, making the THC, and then what we're working towards next is getting to HV electric. And with all of our hydrogen, we can make one of these new power cells for our electricity. We just need the empty power cell and how many units is that? 200,000 liters. So 200 units, 200 buckets of hydrogen. And the power cell itself is going to take T4 circuits, platinum foil, aluminum item casings, and thin plastic sheets. We have everything here but the ability to do the T4 circuits, because we need to make the Elite, which I am probably not going to go with the Elite because the Elite takes the red. We're going to use a little bit of extra platinum, and we're going to go with Masters, but we need to make Signalium for that, and we also need to be able to put that through soldering alloy to get the Elite board back out. And so we need to set up making soldering alloy. That's something I'm going to start in the next live stream, is getting everything made so we can change that setup over for that. I basically just need to make a mixer at this point. And there's also a weird way we're going to try making annealed copper this time. So we'll be setting that up as well. So y'all have a good one, and I will see you in the next one.